Hi, I'm Amy and welcome to my channel. This channel is all about merging spirituality and psychology so that you can manifest your relationship faster and easier. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about how to thrive during a breakup and after a breakup. So if you are trying to manifest a specific person, maybe you're trying to manifest an ex back, maybe you want a new relationship, or maybe you just want to be okay on your own. I'm hoping this video will give you plenty of hints and tips on how to manage this time period on your own so that you can really benefit from it and become a better person after it. So let's talk about that. So I have ample experience in breakups. I was divorced in 2016 and I've been through numerous breakups with my current partner. We're okay now, thank goodness. And this is what I did in the later stages. And I want to talk about, because I have a lot of people come to me where they are trying to manifest a person or a relationship or an ex back, and all they are doing is techniques to manifest that person back. They're not actually doing any work on themselves. And I did this too. I went through months, years of manifestation techniques, of affirming and visualizing all the time. And I didn't want to do the work. I didn't think that the work would really serve me. And so I avoided it like the plague. I didn't think I would have to do it. But the people who come to me are usually people who have tried all of this. They've tried the instant techniques. They've tried feeling it real, living in the end, and they're not getting anywhere, and it becomes so frustrating. And you know, I'm with you because I've been there. I've been where I've pretzeled myself and where I've been feeling like I'm having a nervous breakdown because this person hasn't texted me. So let's go through some things that are really going to help you on this journey. So the first thing I would ever suggest to anybody who is in this situation is do not contact them. And I'm not saying that you can't contact them again, ever again, but you need your space, you need your time, and that person needs it too. If that person is in a state where they want this relationship to end, the best thing that you can do for both of you is leave each other alone. And I know that this is hard, and I know that the silence is excruciating at times, but in hindsight, I am so glad that I gave it that space. Because when your focus is on them, your focus isn't on you. And if you want them to focus on you, your focus has got to be on you. And by giving that space, you're actually giving that person the opportunity to sit with the decision that they've made. They don't need you to convince them otherwise. And also, you don't need to convince somebody that you're good enough. You don't need to convince somebody that you're worthy of this relationship. So put the phone away and think about, okay, what am I going to do for me now to make myself feel better? How am I going to wake up in the morning each day with a plan on how to make myself feel better? And what you're also going to do with this is that you're going to start releasing the attachment. And this is quite scary, particularly if you are anxiously attached. You will naturally cling to this person because you have a belief somewhere, underlying belief, that this person is the only person that's going to meet your needs. We want to try and break through this belief, because if your needs are completely dependent on one person, of course you are going to feel like this when that person's not there. So what we want to do is focus on what our needs are and how we can meet these needs ourselves. And, you know, get creative and think about, okay, what can I do to meet this need for connection today? I'm really feeling like I need some comfort. How can I comfort myself more today? How can I show up differently today than I did yesterday? The second thing to do is address your own attachment style. I know that I bang on this channel about attachment styles all the time, but your attachment style is so important. And what people tend to do is accidentally focus on that person's attachment style. How do I change their attachment style? How do I affirm over their attachment style? You don't need to change them. You need to change yourself. And if you can really hone in on what your attachment style is, how you act from it, and what you think about it that is driving this needy, desperate behavior, you are going to do yourself a massive favor. And I can tell you that when I discovered what my attachment style was, what my core wounds were, and worked on really healing that and intending for myself to be more secure, to be more self-sufficient, that is when things really changed for me. And subconsciously, I focused more on myself and took the focus off him thinking, okay, I want to do this for me. I want to be more secure for me. And that really did boost my self-confidence. I was more confident than I'd been in years. And consciously doing this, once I got into it and once I got the hang of it, was actually fairly easy. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. I'd avoided focusing on myself for so long, for years. And actually having that time with myself, getting to know myself, getting to know what my yeses and nos were, what my boundaries were, was a great gift. And you can give this to yourself and you can meet those needs for connection, to be seen, heard, and understood fairly easily on your own when you start to really integrate the belief that you can meet your own needs. The third thing that really helped me while I was in this sort of alone period was seeing the relationship for what it was. Because when we're in this anxious, needy, desperate state, we tend to think that that person is the best thing since sliced bread, that I won't be able to live without this person. I'm not going to be able to survive this breakup. I'm not going to find anyone as good as them. I'm going to be on my own forever. And none of this is true, because if the relationship was at a point where one person wanted out, as triggering as it might be, then the relationship probably wasn't that good. So I want you to be super honest with yourself. And in doing this, although it's hard to take responsibility for your own behavior and your own actions, which, partially would have led to this breakup, by taking responsibility for it and by thinking, okay, what would I do differently this time? What you're doing is breaking those patterns so that when you do get back into a relationship with whoever it is that you want to, those patterns are going to be in the past for you. You are going to act differently because you are not the same person anymore. So by being super honest and clear with yourself, okay, at the moment, yeah, I think the relationship was the best thing ever, but actually, was it? Was this person perfect? Did this person meet your needs? Was this relationship easy for you, or was it marred with fear and anxiety, thinking that that person was going to leave you? So be super honest with yourself, because you do deserve better. You do deserve a relationship with somebody who is willing to meet your needs, somebody who goes out of their way to make sure that you feel valued. You do deserve that. And you certainly don't deserve a relationship where in the back of your mind all the time you're afraid that this person's going to leave you. And the last thing I would recommend is to really work on your fear of abandonment. Now, I had gone through life with a fear of abandonment. I thought that this is my story, this is what's going to happen, and I would expect it to happen. So really work on that fear of abandonment, because the beliefs underneath that are probably going to be somewhere along the lines that you're not worthy, that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve a relationship. So we need to work on these beliefs so that, we can start showing up for ourselves, because when you believe that you're worthy, you will show up for yourself. When you are secure and confident, you will show up for yourself. So when these patterns re-emerge, again, you will act differently. You will respond differently to them, because you're not in that needy, clingy space anymore where you think that if this person leaves you that it's going to be the end of the world, because it won't be. It won't be, because you know that you're worthy, you know that you're good enough, you know that you deserve this relationship. You don't need the other person to validate that for you anymore. And that is going to help your relationship so much, because when you do get back into the relationship, and I'm speaking here from experience, I went back into my relationship much, 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 much more secure than I was before. And actually everything sort of fell into place exactly how I wanted it to go. And it was so easy, because I wasn't trying to get stuff from him anymore. I wasn't trying to get validation anymore. I'd also found my voice. My people-pleasing days were over. I'd found my voice, and I found my own power in my femininity. I felt more attractive. I felt more desirable. I valued myself much more. So I didn't need him to validate my value. I didn't need him to tell me that I was good enough, because I already knew that. And what that did was release the pressure 100%. There was no pressure on this relationship moving forward anymore, because I didn't need it to. I wanted it to, but I didn't need it to. And because of that, the pressure was gone, and it all sort of boom, boom, boom. And in 5 months, he was living with me, and I tried for 5 years to get that to happen. So I just want you to know that it is absolutely possible for you to thrive in a breakup. You can use this time to really improve yourself, to really change who you are showing up in in a relationship, and see how that's reflected back at you, because the only person that needs to change is you. And when you do these practices, you are showing your subconscious mind that you're the priority, that you're the one that's important, that your feelings matter, that you are seen and heard and understood. And that will be reflected out in your relationships. So I really hope you found this video helpful. If you did, leave a comment below if you've got any questions. Subscribe to this channel if you like this content, and I will see you in the next video.